Hey, you guys. So I made a quick pit stop after I left CrossFit just because I wanted, for myself and for all of the people out there who have just survived some stuff, I wanted to document and capture in time what I just experienced in my life. You know, I think so much of this CrossFit journey has never been about the ranking, where I fell in a workout, meaning if there are 10 people working out, was I done first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th? Typically, if I'm done first, I'm trying to figure out what I didn't lift heavy enough, or what move I didn't do deep enough or to the standard, because I know my fitness ability and I know the athletes that I'm working out right next to, that I'm training next to, and so I've not really gotten caught up a lot in trying to rank a certain place. But because I believe in CrossFit, I believe in the programming. I was that person that before I'd actually ever done it or it's been to a WOD, workout of the day, remember? I've been trying to share this stuff with you guys just because before I knew what it was, I thought it was a bunch of jargon too, and it is. It's just CrossFit jargon. I'd never even been to a WOD, and I said, CrossFit's dangerous. They're going so fast, and they just want you to hurry up and get done, and they're not focused on form, and they're not focused on you actually, achieving any kind of standard. And boy, was I wrong. Actually, I was the furthest from the truth that I could get, because the reality is that CrossFit is absolutely about making your body move in the way that it was designed, and to strengthen what you need for longevity to be on this planet, when you're 90, instead of in the grave, hoping you left a good enough legacy. And so because of that, achieving the standard of CrossFit is definitely important to me. So in CrossFit, there's something called RX. It's the prescribed weight. Now, this is what, if they were doing it at the same gym, same box where the top CrossFit Games athletes were at, and all the athletes had to do, the regular community members, and that CrossFit Games athlete happened to be joining that WOD, that is the prescribed weight that they would suggest that even they do. It's saying that to perform this at the absolute perfect form, at the weight that's you'll get the most out of this workout for this move, this is the prescribed movement weight standard. And then there is the scaled section programming, and that is where I live. I live scaled as hell, and that's okay. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but Greg Glassman, says, the percentage of people that we send to the CrossFit Games is like this tiny little bitty amount compared to this significant amount of people that CrossFit has shaved 100 or more pounds off of. And that while it's cool that we have Catherine's David's daughter, give me just a second. Sorry, my kids are driving by. Even though we've got Catherine David's daughter and Annie and Sarah, and we've got all these amazing athletes, Matt Frazier, and just all of them. The average everyday person like you and I is probably going to have to scale some stuff. And that's okay. CrossFit coaches, athletes, they never make anyone feel bad about scaling. They suggest it. Most of the time, coaches demand it because you are not ready coming even from a traditional gym. I guess maybe if you brought an Olympian who was also a gymnast, who probably an endurance athlete, and hold on just one second. Sorry about that. I had to tell my kids what I was doing. I have a bunch of kids. I know y'all probably know that. So while all of those really insanely like super freak, superhuman athletes can do all that, you and I are going to have to hang out in the scaled section, right? And so I've been doing CrossFit, started in September. Just a quick background, the reason I chose to actually join CrossFit, and I've been pretty verbal about this in small groups and then also in some writings, but I haven't really dove into it real significant. One of the main reasons why I joined CrossFit is I wanted to get drinking in check. Now, I'm not the kind of person that would get sloshed every single day or be doing day drinking, in the middle of the week and, nothing like that. Not that there's any judgment on that. Look, do you? But I certainly was definitely the one who, once I started, didn't really have a stopping point. And I've struggled with that my entire adult life. And so I had 4 very, very, very important to me people transition from this life August, September, and October. And those individuals were Cece Frierson, Greg Allen, Finley McPherson, and Sage McPherson. And for millions of different reasons, all 4 of those people, those precious lives, have made an extremely big impact on my life and in my life. And I have no doubt in my mind that they're still absolutely here with us. But that all led up to my decision to just go ahead and do something I'd never done. I had already dropped 80 pounds. I had already carved off 70 inches off of my body. I had already, experienced eating clean and then not eating clean. And CrossFit was my way to save my own freaking life. And I had tried a million other things, and this was kind of that last-ditch effort. And so September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So I've been doing this 7.5, 8 months. And today, after having done scaled workouts, which that means if they say do a 14-pound ball, I would do a 10-pound ball. If they said do a 105-pound hang clean, I would do a 55-pound hang clean. If they said do double unders, I did single unders. If the prescription, the RX called for, full push-ups, I had to do hand release knee push-ups, completely scaled. And today was my first RX workout. Now, I'm already at 8 minutes. I'll try not to make this super long because I'd really like those who are intended to see it. That was 21, 15, 9, 15, 21. 21 wall balls, 21 box jumps to a 20-inch box, 21 of them. 21 wall balls throwing a 14-pound ball to a 9-foot target, squatting below depth every time. 15 box jumps, 15 wall balls. 9 box jumps, 9 wall balls. 15 box jumps, 15 wall balls. 21 box jumps, 21 wall balls. And I've only been jumping to a box for a couple of months. This entire time I have been jumping to plates that were stacked up. So if the 20-inch box was here, I started here, and then I jumped to here, and then I jumped to here, and then I jumped to here, and I looked and I said, well, those are only like an inch apart. And so about 2 months ago, I transitioned to a box. So this isn't something I've been doing for a long time. And the last time I did the box, I did this. See that booger? See it? Can you see it, or is it like a dink, dink? Okay. You know what that is? That was my biggest fear. My biggest fear was the edge of this table. Let me show you the edge of this table. You see that? You see the edge of that table? That's what the edge of a box looks like. A 20-inch box that's just about knee height, or slightly above or below knee height, depending on how tall you are. And my biggest fear was busting my shin into the edge of the box. And I just did that the last time I did box jumps. And to show up today, I've only used a 14-pound wall ball also in like 2 or 3 workouts. And today, I did it. 81 box jumps and 81 wall balls to the prescribed standard for CrossFit. Now here's the good part, because that's cool. The reason I decided to go ahead and jump in was because I literally carried the weight of the world into that box today. And I knew that if I gave myself a way out, a way to achieve just a little short of what I was capable of, that I probably would, because I was carrying so much. You know, I'm always preaching to you guys to release, let go, put it down, you can't hold it. And yet, I'll just be honest, over the last week, probably a series of the most significant things that have happened in my life are happening. And they have been heavy, really heavy. And I've done a lot of crying, not because I'm feeling sorry for myself or like, what am I going to do? But because, you know, heavy stuff wears down on you. And it causes aches and pains and strains where you don't need them, because we're not supposed to carry it, right? So I'm going to tell you that 81 times I jumped off of the ground 20 inches, well, higher than 20, so I wouldn't hit my shin again, higher than 20 inches off the ground, and then stood up, locking out my hips. And 81 times I went below parallel and threw a 14-pound wall ball up to a 9-foot target, and then caught it and did it again. I was never good at math. Don't judge. 162 times I proved to myself today in 13 minutes and 1 second. Again, I don't get caught up in time, but 13 minutes and 1 second isn't like extremely slow compared to folks who have been doing this for a couple of years. Established CrossFitters, especially established CrossFitters my age. And 162 times I was reminded just how strong I am. And I was reminded that I wasn't meant to carry. I wasn't married. Well, I have been a few times. I wasn't meant to carry the whole world on my shoulders. So thank you for enjoying and spending this time with me. First RX ever. It took me 7.5, 8 months to get here, and CrossFit saved my life. And this is just another rung on the ladder. You never get there, because if you get there, this whole life's over. So it's okay that we're not there yet, right? I love this rung on the ladder. Love you guys. Oh, word, wait. If you haven't heard it today, I love you. Now, word.